What is versatility? Versatility is the ability to adapt or to be adapted to many different functions or activities. Versatility in relation to architecture. Versatile concepts were used throughout the history. If you take the road section below, for example, the street is used for many different purposes in an inorganic way rather than just being a road for vehicles. The following are the characteristics of versatile spaces: adaptability, resource saving, safety, communication, and humanization. The following are the ways to achieve versatile spaces: neutralization, one space, any function; homogenization, one or similar spaces with a particular range of functions; multi-linkage, versatility in the linking spaces. Potential versatile spaces. Spaces under the flyover. They are unused and derelict spaces. Local transit stations has many potential unused and misused spaces. Street markets. Good potential to be developed into an urban square. Temple precincts. Regeneration of the festive zone. From the above list of spaces, it is clear that the transit stations along with the precincts need immediate development. Hence, the design must follow versatility, reflection of the neighborhood, safety, imageability, repurpose, and time-space sequence in people. The following are potential sites for versatile interventions. From the comparative study, the Koturpuram MRTS had the least code attributes and hence it was taken to study as a prototype. The site perimeter includes the Koturpuram MRTS station along with the urban corridor running under the MRTS bridge which connects the Madhya Kailash junction to the Koturpuram MRTS station. As we can see in the maps, the site is surrounded by dense residential areas and has quite a few educational institutions surrounding it, which will play a key factor in the design intervention. The section shows how the station is positioned in the neighborhood. On the left are the parking, main access road and the residential blocks. This was meant to be an active area, but because of the inaccessibility of the site, it's more of an inanimate space. On the other hand, the right side has a service road leading to the underground parking and is perimetered by squatter settlements. This becomes an unsafe zone and is used as garbage dumping area. As you can see in these images, most of the spaces in and around the station are not used properly. The user groups around the site are the residents, who are the static population, roadside vendors, students, and workers or employees. The context surrounding the site are housing board apartments, Hindu temple, residential and commercial blocks, mixed residential and cafeterias, Dharamshala, Old Cancer Institute, mixed use and squatter settlements, educational institutes, and vacant plot belonging to the MRTs behind the MRT station. For the upliftment of the neighborhood community, the urban corridor must have an art plaza, food plaza, festive plaza, children's plaza, event plaza, and reading plaza, along with the spaces in the MRT station. Other than the above mentioned spaces, the MRT station will itself be remodeled and redesigned to cater spaces such as commercial zones, exhibition zones, co-working zones, community center, and library for the upliftment of the neighborhood community. The food zones are placed at 3 different locations. The first is at a closer proximity to the Madhya Kailash junction, and hence it invites people in. The second is at the center and equal proximity from both the ends. This can be used by the urban corridor users and the neighborhood community. The people from the neighborhood can also set up stalls here, and hence this will help in upbringing the economic status of the people. The third is positioned in the station itself. This will act as a quick takeaway unit before boarding the train. The festive zone is placed adjacent to the neighborhood temple. Art is something which invites crowd. Hence, art and exhibition zones are placed closer to the Madhya Kailash junction. Other than that, art pockets are placed throughout the urban corridor to inculcate art and educate the people of the neighborhood and the students from the educational institutions. As we saw in one of the previous slides, the current MRT station was used as a playground by the neighborhood children. Hence, to provide proper infrastructure, play areas were created as small pockets at the center portion of the urban corridor. This is placed away from the busy junction. This element is one of the main urban activity generators. To enhance the play experience, sports pockets were introduced near the children's area, and also another separate sports complex was designed in the MRT stations itself. Eating zones were created at different parts of the urban corridor. It is also placed at the MRT station. This zone mainly focuses on the students using the educational institutions. This will create a safe space for them to come and study or work at the end of the day. Other than the spaces in the urban corridor, the MRT station building will be redesigned to accommodate spaces like food kiosk, sports complex, skill center, daycare, etc., which will help in the upliftment of the community, along with the MRT's concourse, which will be left intact. Though specific functions are designated to each spaces, they will be versatile in nature and follow a versatile concepts to cater to multiple functions. Continuous path runs along the site. Other than that, there are various entry points at different places for easy access. The massing is categorized into two categories. The first is the function zoning. In function zoning, the public zones along with the MRT's ticketing zones are placed at the lower level. The second level consists of the semi-public region, and the third consists of the concourse level, which is left intact and is a constant entity. The second attribute is a climate zoning. In climatic zoning, the building is tilted to an angle of 45 degrees, which is aligned to Chennai's wind direction. This was another iteration done for massing. The parameters used for design are participatory approach, evolving spaces, form and space unity of the opposites, configuration of path, openness and safety. The site is divided into 5 zones for better understanding. A seamless path runs from one end of the site to the other. This provides access to the MRT's users and joggers without hindrance from the activities of the urban corridor. Small entrance pockets are placed throughout the site's perimeter for easy access. The first zone is packed with activities as it is located closer to the junction. The spaces include Art Plaza, Reading Plaza, Food Plaza, and Children's Plaza. As section tells, the freestanding walls and the columns are used by the people for displaying their artworks and exhibits. This creates curiosity to the public as it involves a community. The design is done based on the parameters considered in the above study. There is a visual and spatial connectivity maintained throughout for safety. The existing flyover is repurposed to provide shaded spaces. Homogenized outdoor rooms are placed at different places. The central access path running throughout the corridor has different activities as one walks along it. Hence, it follows a versatile concept of multi-linkage. Versatile concepts have been used and the spaces are used in different manner during different scenarios. As we move on to Zone 2, it is noticed that the activities are much relaxed here. This zone accommodates a shaded reading zone under the flyover for the students to come and study and hang out here. The space for festivals is also positioned there because there is a Hindu temple opposite to the site. A festive space along with the dining space is provided for the temple festivities. The design is done based on versatile concepts such as homogenization, neutralization, and multi-linkage, along with the studied design parameters. third zone is mainly focused around the food plaza. This acts as a food spot at the center of the corridor for the urban corridor users. Along with it, it also has versatile seatings or reading spaces, art pockets, and spaces for pop-up sundaes. An entrance is placed next to the food plaza for easy access. It is also positioned next to the path joining the jogging track on the right, which runs throughout the site. The spaces are well lit throughout the day. As one moves along the corridor, a seamless transition between the spaces are noticed. There is no defined boundary for any space. The spaces transition to the next space. The spaces are designed in a way that it can be organically used by the people for multiple functions without any restrictions. Zone 4 is mainly focused on the community center or the exhibition center, which is done for the usage of the neighborhood community and the education institutes surrounding. The space below the community hall is a neutralized versatile space. Though it is designed for dining, it can also be used as a space for events, seating, or studying. Now let's move on to Zone 5. The Zone 5 consists of food kiosk, MRTS ticketing counter, and a sports complex. Now let's see about the food court. Circulation is around the perimeter of the block for spatial and visual connectivity. The kiosks and elevated platforms follow the versatile concept of homogenization. The highlighted zones are for quick takeaway units for the MRTS users. Spaces in the food court are food kiosks, quick takeaway units, platforms for events, and washrooms. The spaces evolve with respect to the function. For example, an event or an exhibit. Let's move on to the sports complex. Sports complex is designed here in order to encourage the students and the people of the neighborhood community. The ground floor of the sports complex has a versatile badminton court, sand-filled area for exercise, swimming pool, sports shop, and allied spaces, while the first floor is used as a deck during events and as reading space during regular days. The functions of the space and the activities in it changes during regular days and during events. As shown in the sketch, the seating in the badminton court can be retracted and a bigger space can be obtained during regular days. The first floor of the MRTS block houses the knowledge center and the top level of the sports complex. These two spaces are interconnected by a bridge. The spaces in the knowledge center are co-working spaces, cooking workshops, library, childcare center, and outdoor reading space. Each space is planned for the upliftment of the community. The connecting bridge not only acts as a connecting medium between both the spaces, it also caters workshops and tuition spaces for the children of the community, and it has elevated platform at both the edges for small events or Sundays. On a regular day, the space is used for hanging out or to conduct workshops, but during markets or Sundays, the elevated platform is used as a platform to display goods. Finally, at the second level is the MRTS concourse. The track position and structure is remained intact and it is treated as a constant entity. The projected neutralized versatile space is added to the concourse level to house pop-up events during festivals. The edge faces outside towards the Buckingham Canal to provide visual connectivity for safety. So as we can see, the ground level is an open public space to help the economy of the community, while the first level is a knowledge hub for the education of the community. The top level is MRTS concourse level. This is a prototype of how the spaces under the MRT stations can be utilized for the society.